If you're tired of boring starts on the aerial silks, you'll love this one here, but you have to work for it.
Hi, Aerialists! Yes, like Karina mentioned, this is a new and challenging start that might take a little bit more effort, especially a little bit more strength, and a little more technique. So you're gonna like the breakdown in the end where we kind of walk you through each piece of that.
Yes, and it's really pretty and it goes really well with the music. We do it slow so you can really enjoy just being and mastering this technique of this climb.
Yes, and after you've mastered that, we go into a hip key and then we spin, 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 and then we do this twisty little spinny drop. I wanted to say
Taylor has been wanting to say twisty, spinny little thingy all day.
I like that part of, I like that it goes so well with the music.
Yeah,
the middle of the music like speeds up and the routine also speeds up with it, in a spinny and twisty way. Yeah, maybe I am obsessed with spinny and twisty today. Before we start, let's do a quick safety check. Let's start by checking our equipment. Make sure everything is okay with your rigging and stuff. Make sure that you have a crash mat. Don't practice without one under any circumstances. Also, make sure that you have grip or something. This routine is a little grip intensive, especially if the start is challenging for you. So I found that grip helped a lot. And also with some of the hooks, I put resin on my leggings to kind of make it kind of stay a little better.
Not fall.
Yeah. Resin on my leggings so that I wouldn't be sliding around. Don't listen to Karina. She keeps calling our resin for not fall. She's been doing it for the past 5 years. And now she wants to get a ceramic pot made that is engraved for not fall.
Yeah, because I wrote it with a marker and it's kind of peeling off and I don't like to see that, that faded look. So I want it to not be able to fade off.
Maybe it was a sign that we should switch the name to resin.
It's quite old, so it's time to upgrade.
And she has me calling it for not fall too. So like, I just hope I don't call it for not fall when I go to aerial class, because
you guys can call it for not fall too. You can. Type it in the comments so that it pisses Taylor off. She's breathing heavy.
She gets joy from me breathing heavy, So yes, please make sure that you have grip or for not fall, whatever you call it. Then make sure that you warm up well and cool down well before and after you practice aerial. If you're looking for warm-up ideas, we'll leave them in a playlist right up here. So make sure you do that first before you try this routine. I'd recommend warming up your shoulders and your chest, like your upper body a lot, because you have to twist in the beginning of the routine. So you might use a little bit of shoulder rotation. So making sure you're nice and warm in that area will help you prevent injury or anything sudden that you're not used to. And then make sure that,
We're also pulling up to start, so.
All right.
There's a pull up to start. So warm up for that too.
Forgot about the pull up to start. Yeah. We also warm up. We also pull up to start. So yeah, do warm up for that as well.
And if you're not very flexible, the twisty spinny pose that we do in the end, that one does require some flexibility. So if you have to warm up for your splits and so on, do that as well. We're only doing a half split, but if flexibility, like I think a couple of years ago, I wasn't as flexible as I am now, and I would not have been able to do this without properly warming up for it. So it all depends where you are on your journey.
So warm up your upper body and your lower body. Warm everything up very well. We use everything. Then make sure you're wearing the right clothing for this routine. Like I mentioned before, I had to put some resin on my leggings to keep me from sliding around. And even with that, I slid quite a bit, or else I had to make sure that I hip keyed really high so I could keep myself from sliding down too much. So if you want to bypass that, then maybe opt for shorts for this routine. But bear in mind, you also need to be used to the feeling of the fabric against your skin. So,
Yeah, and if you slide, it's gonna peel the back of your knees. So just keep that in mind.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, so do you have a peel, or
no,
it's
I
just
don't,
reinforced?
I don't get them anymore. I have to really slide a lot for me to do it, but like before, I would definitely have to slide. And I have a recovery peel, so.
The extra peel.
Yeah. I got a peel from Hammock this week, so
That peel kind of covers the peel.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So just make sure that you wear something you're comfortable with. Put resin on your leggings if you're wearing leggings. If you're used to training in shorts, that might be great. Bear in mind that the fabric does hit behind your knee, so do with that information as you will. Make sure that you have I don't know, man. I don't know. There's no winning with this one. Either you will use a lot of resin or you get a peel, or you just...
If you have trained for it, it should be fine. And like if you know when you do the drop part of the hip, the twisty, spinny drop that you do, if you fall a lot, it's going to fall against the back of your knee, right? You're going to rub it against the thing. So
yeah, but you should pull it before, no?
Yes, but it still hits your
knee.
Yeah, your knee is still going down
there.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually have never tried this pose without wearing leggings. So I don't know how it feels at all. Even with the last time we did something similar, I wore leggings. So yeah, okay. And make sure that you have your spotting buddy. Make sure you have someone to train with so they can be your GPS in the air, your cheerleader. And if something happens, they're there to call someone or assist you.
Unfortunately, you cannot find the music for this routine synced up to this video. And like Taylor said, you will want to see it synced up to the music because the routine really does go with the music. We start slow, like the song starts, and then we pick up spin and speed as the song gets faster. And we do our drop when the beat drops. The beat kind of drops. It's a little tiny drop, but yeah. So everything is done to a specific timing with the music. So you will want to see it synced up to the music. What we did is we left you 1 or 2 shorts. I don't know how many Taylor will have to leave.
2.
Yeah, up here, so you can check those out. Those are synced up to the music. But if you want to see it on a bigger screen, we always invite you to come back to the channel on Friday. On Friday, we'll release a YouTube video that shows both of us doing the same routine. And so you can see it's synced up to the music. You can see what we had in mind for it, but you can also see how it might be a little bit different. You know, our space is not so high, and Taylor is taller than I am. So she has to do certain things, adjust certain things just based on her height and so on. So just for you to keep all of these things in mind. 2 people doing the same routine, it might look a little bit different, and that's okay. We hope that this encourages you to be more accepting of what it is that you're doing at home. And also we encourage you to put your own style to it. You know, although we planned a routine, sync it up to the music, we also want you to put yourself into the routine and make it your own. Yeah, so just come back to the channel on Friday and see that. And also we will leave you a link to the song that we use along with the timing which we get started down in the description below, so you know exactly what song we're using, what version of the song we're using, and when we're getting started.
Now that we've covered everything, let's get started. Hi, Aerialists. So Karina is showing you what to do in the start of this routine. So we're starting with our fabric nice and split. Make sure they're even and make sure that they're somewhat close together. We don't want them open too far out like this. It's going to impact our spin a lot. So we're going to make sure that they're falling between our shoulders, not outside, but inside of our shoulders. Now you're going to extend your right leg in front of you and diagonally point it so that the fabric is against your left leg. Your left fabric is against your right leg. Then from there, you're going to swing that right leg backwards, and then the left leg will come in front and catch the fabric. The right leg catches the right fabric. You're going to pull yourself up and hold this pose for a bit. So when you pull yourself up and hold that pose for a bit, you're going to make sure that you tuck yourself into a ball, bringing the fabric on your left side with you, and then your legs will come up, tuck them close to your chest, shoot your right leg up, make sure it touches the right fabric in the back so that the top of your foot touches the back of the pole, and then from there, your left leg is pointed. You're going to arch your back to get this pose here. From there, you're going to extend that left leg, and then you're going to turn your body around towards the right fabric and lift your chest up. Switch arms, hold onto the fabric, bring your right foot and hook it on the right pole. Then you're going to bring the left foot, hook it on the right pole as well. And you should be nice and secure because of that wrap and hold that you did before. You can extend your arms here for a bit. And then you're going to reach up, hold on to the free fabric, then adjust your hands to hold the fabrics on the right. So your left hand will hold the hook fabric, your right hand will hold the free fabric, and then you're just going to release by pulling yourself up, pushing your legs down, and your fabric will unwrap, come to a basic lie. So from your basic climb, you're going to wave yourself up, and then you're going to hold the fabric as high as you can. Try to bring your hips as high as you can and do a hip key here. Want to keep your height as much as possible. From here, you're going to lower your legs. So before they should be horizontal, but you're kind of pointing them now towards like 4 o'clock. Think about pointing them slightly towards the floor. So now you're going to take that pole that is running behind your back, and you're going to throw them over your legs. And you can see why it is important for you to point your legs towards the floor. It just makes it easier to throw the fabric. If it's horizontal, it'll be harder to get the fabric over your legs. So you're bringing that fabric back behind your back. You're gonna bring it over your head so you can have this loop that you see around the main pole. You're gonna pull that as tight as possible so that the loop hits your upper thigh instead of above your thigh. This will make sure that you've pulled enough slack out before we do that little drop. From here, once you've pulled the slack out enough, you can reach down, and that's when you're going to add your spin. So you'll pull the tail and add spin here. Once you have enough spin, you're going to pull the tail once again, very tight. You're going to turn your upper body toward the ceiling. You're going to lower down into this pose here. Grab your foot, so your left foot with your left hand, and because you have added spin, the spin will pick up and it looks really pretty here. From there, after you've held that for a bit, you're going to release your right hand and hold up high above your knee. And then you're going to extend your right leg, making this beautiful shape here while the silk is still spinning. And that's your last pose. From here, you can rehook your leg, lower your body, bring the tail around, reach back up, and lower your foot. And that will take you out of the fabric. And that's the end of the routine. Thank you, Karini.
That was so much fun.
If you enjoyed this routine, but maybe it's still a little challenging for you and you want to try something else, you still want to train, but maybe something a little bit easier, you might enjoy this routine that we're leaving on screen where you're not using as much upper body strength in the beginning because we're doing it from like a hip key modification. The fabric is fully supporting you. You do need to do a little straddle, but it's from the floor, so it's fine. You might enjoy that, and you also have a little drop in it as well, so you have that dramatic element too. We'll leave the dance video on top and the tutorial at the bottom. Oh, I forgot to mention, you don't need to fan kick for this one, so it's
And
great.
the music is beautiful.
Yes, we love the music for this one. So try that. Until next time, bye!